Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phay, and welcome to the channel. If you're like me and you like the game Era, all right, there's a whole bunch more that comes with this game. Now, the core game is going to come with 4 Era decks, and those 2 decks can be, played against each other in a variety of ways, and it adds a lot of variety to the game. But however, there's 11 more decks that are just going to totally enhance your Era gaming experience. All right. Now, every deck's going to play entirely different, and they're just really unique in how they play, and they're from all eras of time. Okay. So, what I would like to do in this series is I actually want to go down and we're going to open up each one of these decks. We're going to lay out the cards and we're going to see how the cards are going to interact with each other and how you're going to potentially be able to play those decks. All right. So I'll tell you what, let's go down to the table. Let's open up a deck and let's see how it plays. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the Mayan Era deck. Now, this deck's a little unique compared to some others because this one only has 1 conflict card, and that's the Conquistadors. There's 10 of these. There's 0 to play, and there's 0 to flourish. Now, they're only a 1 defense. Okay, so you do 1 point of damage to them, they're toast. But for every one that gets flourished, okay, they're going to add a +1. So if you get all 10 out there, well, they're going to be like, what is it, 10 to kill them. But they're going to have 1 sword and shield, and as soon as they're flourishing, you're going to have the 2nd sword and shield. So they're going to get tougher in that respect. Okay. Now, all your cards are definitely going to need swords and shields. No skulls on this deck, so it's easy to play that way. But playing this deck is going to be really unique. Okay, and you gotta really work on some strategy this one. Now, let me cover that with you. Let's go over these cards. Your resource card, you only have 3 of them, but you're going to get these harvest icons, and of course, remember the harvest icon. Okay, is you're going to be able to get those harvest tokens. It's going to allow you. You can spend your harvest tokens to draw more extra cards, and you're going to need that. And the reason you're going to need that is because if you notice here, you got your chief. All right, there's 6 of your chief. Okay, he's 3 to cost and he's 0 to flourish. So flourishing is going to be nice, going to keep him in play, but he's going to get you a key. Okay, now you got your maze farmers. They're 4 to put out and 2 to flourish. All right, but they're going to get you the B key. All right, and they're a 6, so they're harder to take out. There's 6 of those in your deck. And then you got the Ritual Knife. The Ritual Knife is unique cards. It's 2 to cast and 4 to flourish, but it's going to get you a C key. They can't do anything about it, but once you flourish them, then you're also going to get the D key. Now, where these 3 cards are going to come into play and where it's important is in order for the sacrifice card to come out and play, which is a 0 cost, okay, he needs A, B, and C keys. So you have to have a chief, a maze farmer, and a Ritual Knife in order to even play this card. Now, once you play this card, it's going to prevent one of the sword and shield icons on him. If you can get the D key out, that's going to prevent a 2nd sword and shield icon. So that's going to help mitigate these conquistadors. You have to get these out in order to get this guy out. Okay. Now, you also have the Zagrerat, which is 6 to play, and he's 12 to flourish. Okay, so that's 18 build to get him out. These harvests are going to help. He's going to get you 1 progress token, which is nice. But if you can flourish him, you're going to get keys A, B, and C. So if you can get this card flourished, and he is a 12 to kill, and there's 4 in your deck, that card alone will be able to pull this sacrifice out. So it's really cool that you have multiple ways to be able to do it, but both ways are going to be really tough. Okay. So yeah, try to get these out to get him out, or try to get him flourished to be able to get him out. Now, the rest of the cards you have your Monument. It's 4 to kill. It's just going to get you the 1 progress token, and he's only 2 to cast, but you got 5 in your deck. You have your Club Warriors. Those guys are 4 to kill. Flourishing them gives them a +2. They're 5 to cast and put in play, and they're 2 to flourish. There's 6 in your deck, and they're going to get you 2 or 3 sword and shields if you can get them in play. And you got the Glyphs. Glyphs are hard to take down. They're 8. There's 4 in your deck, and they're just going to get you that progress token. Okay, so as you can see, there's not as many cards to this deck as there are some of the other decks, but to play this deck, you got to be a lot more careful because you got to try to get all these extra cards out in order to get them played. So really critical on your play style. The play style in this one is definitely a little different than the other ones, and I absolutely love it for that aspect alone, because this is a really critical card that you want to get out if you can, because it's going to block these conquistadors. But there you go. Oh man, cool deck. That is the Mayan Era deck. Boy, I'll tell you what, you guys are going to have a ton of fun playing this one. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is just one of the decks for Era. And I'll tell you, man, each deck, like I said, they play totally different. So really knowing and understanding your deck and how it plays is a real big key on how you're actually going to win this game. And I love how there's every deck can just play so different. So the interactions between each and every deck is just going to be astronomically different. So the replay value in this, especially when you have a lot more decks, is absolutely huge. Super fantastic. I love the way this game is set up. Well, thank you once again for joining me today. As always, I please ask you to like these videos on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on Facebook, and even on X. And please leave me a comment on any one of those platforms. I'll get to those comments just as soon as I can. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you like the videos I provide here, if you haven't done so already, I humbly ask you click on the subscription button and also click on that bell and be notified when I drop new videos. And if you like the videos that I provide for you here, I also do post videos over on the Discriminating Gamers channel. We'll do some unboxing, some reviews, and some playthroughs over there. I'll leave a link to Cody's channel down in the details below. But as always, thank you for watching.